Hi, writers. So, first of all, I was so impressed with your ideas that you wrote last week. All of the brainstorming that you did to come up with ideas for writing your own nonfiction, or we could also say informational books. I am so excited to start this book with you all and to see what stories you decide to write so that I can learn more myself about the topic that you picked, and I can learn more about you because then I'll know what your interests are and what your passions are. So, the work that we're going to do today is going to help you to narrow down which idea you would want to write your book about. All right. And so, today we're going to do a little bit less of our own writing and a little bit more of studying what we can call mentor writers. That means other writers who have published books that people could buy in stores. We're going to study their books a little bit and see if we can get some ideas about how to take a bigger topic and break it down into subtopics. So we have a topic, which is like what the book is all about. And then you can have subtopics. You can think about like different paragraphs or chapters of a book. So throughout the week this week, you'll be working on breaking down your big topic into subtopics. But for today, we're just going to use Epic to study some other authors and how did they take their big topic and break it down into smaller topics. Okay, so on your seesaw activity, you will see 3 pages that look like this. The idea is that you are going to go, I assigned you an Epic collection, and all of the books in this Epic collection are excellent examples of how an author takes a bigger topic and breaks it down into subtopics. So you can look in this whole collection and choose whichever book interests you the most. So maybe like elephants better than giraffes, or maybe I know I've got some Titanic lovers out there, and I definitely know I have some robot lovers. So pick whichever. You're going to be picking 3 books to really study. Okay, so pick one to start. I'm going to pick giraffes. That is my favorite animal, if you didn't know that by now. So the topic of the whole book is giraffes. So right here, the title, I just put giraffes there. And then some books might have 6. This says paragraph. So paragraph or chapter or sections, those are all kind of different words that just mean like how did the author break it up into the subtopics. So I noticed some of the subtopics for the giraffes. There was one called Guess Who, or Big Bodies, Giraffes at Home, Mealtime, 6 Fun Facts About Giraffes, Big Babies, On the Lookout, Nap Time, and What in the World. And then, of course, there's a glossary at the end, too. So I'm going to look through the book, and I'm going to just kind of be thinking like, what does that mean? How did the author do it? So it says, Guess Who? What do you call an animal so tall it reaches the treetops with no help at all? That's a big clue. Do you want to guess who? A giraffe. Okay, so I think that's kind of like the author's just introducing in a clever way. That's pretty clever. I bet I could do that in my writing. Do you think you could do that in yours? Give some clues maybe? Big bodies. Did you know that giraffes are the tallest animals on land? Their legs are as tall as a grown man. Their necks are just as tall. If you add in their bodies, that means giraffes can be 14 to 19 feet tall. Wow. So this whole section or paragraph, keeps going. Giraffes have spots. Their spots can be light tan. They can also be brown or almost black. Each giraffe has a pattern of spots, but no 2 giraffes have the same pattern. That's how you can tell them apart. So how are the giraffes' patterns different? Wow, they really are different when you look at them, huh? And then word spot, pattern, a collection of shapes that make a design. Giraffes at home. So I'm seeing these big letters here at the top. That means we're onto a new section. Now this section is going to tell about giraffes at home. So we're no longer going to be talking about their bodies, And now it's going to move on to talk about something else. So one way the author took the topic of giraffes and broke it down into subtopics was, one of the subtopics was to talk more about its body, right? So big bodies. And then I see the next one is called Giraffes at Home. So I'm thinking that's probably going to tell us like where giraffes live, like what their home is look like and things like that. A herd of giraffes walks on the African plains. Oh, that would be so beautiful to see in real life, huh? Giraffes live where it's hot and dry. They live on the plains in Africa. Giraffes stay together in a group. This group is called a herd. A herd usually has 6 to 12 giraffes. Word spot, plains, an area of land that is flat and wide with a few trees. Okay, so this whole section here, these pages talked about the giraffe's home. The next section is called mealtime. So this section is probably going to tell us about their meals, which is a different subtopic than their home. So as you can see on Seesaw, like I'm just filling in what were the different paragraphs, topics that I noticed in this book. You are not writing your own table of contents today. You're studying other books from other authors and taking note. How did they take their big topic and break it down into subtopics? So I'm going to go back to the table of contents, and I'm just going to look at that just for the sake of time. The next one was fun facts about giraffes. So I'm going to just take that same one there. I'm going to duplicate. This is a seesaw trick. You can just duplicate it and the box will be the same size. Then if you click 3 times in the box, 6 fun facts. Okay, click 3 times in it, then you can type something new and then you can move it. That way you don't have to resize it again and everything. So I'll show you again. Click on the 3 dots, click on duplicate, and ta-da! You have a new box that's just the right size. Click 3 times inside it and then fill it out with whatever you need. So, that next part was about big babies. I bet it would teach us about giraffe babies. I bet that will be really cute. And then one more says, on the lookout. Ooh, I wonder. I bet that maybe that would be like how they have to be on the lookout from predators and things. I bet that's it. Okay. So I'm going to do that trick again on the lookout. Okay, so I know that there are still more subtopics within this author's book, but you don't need to do any more than 6 for each of them. Okay? When you pick the different books, you'll pick it, you'll look and try and think like, how did the author take a big topic, break it down into subtopics? So you'll look closely at the table of contents if there is one, and then you'll read through the book to see as well. One last thing I wanted to show you. Sometimes authors don't include a table of contents in their book. And so this book here, Sea Otters by Laura Mash. Anybody else like sea otters? They're so cute. They're just adorable. Okay, so this was like the cover of the book, and as soon as I open it, there's no table of contents. I love tables of contents. I think they're like a map, right? It's like a little map to teach you about the book, but for some reason, some authors don't include it. If your book that you really want to think about doesn't have a table of contents, then you have to look at the headings. So this one says, it's a sea otter. So I bet that's just going to introduce it again. Let's look at the next one. What is a sea otter? There we would learn what a sea otter is. Life in the sea. Going to learn about the life in the sea. Built for hunting. This section tells us about the sea otter's body. Snack time. Bet you can infer it's going to be about what sea otters eat, right? Scrub it up. Oh, that might be about how they stay clean. So again, if it doesn't have a table of contents, then you have to look at those big letters, which are called headings, and they'll show you how the author broke down that big topic into subtopics. All right, writers. So today you are going to check out at least 3 of the books of that epic collection, and you're going to think, how did the author take that big topic and break it down? I'll be interested to see what books you were interested in the most. All right, writers, go out there, learn from those mentor authors, and enjoy some good books while you're at it.